Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Strother getting ready to start the new school year. And so I just wanted to welcome you, give you a short video and introduction to myself, as well as kind of an overview of things as we move through personal finance these next 8 weeks. So this is an 8-week course, so it will move a little bit quicker than your normal class, but I should have, I believe, almost everything set up and arranged in Canvas for us. So first, a little bit about myself. I work here in Hannibal, actually right across the street from Hannibal LaGrange, up 61, just a little bit. Vincent Financial Group. But I've got a lot of history at the college. I went there from 2005 to 2009, got an education degree, started teaching at Mark Twain High School from 2009 to 15, and then went back to HLG as a professor and a baseball coach. Baseball was kind of my primary duty up until just this last spring. So I know a lot of you, looking at the course and who's here, I noticed that there's a lot of people who I've advised or coached even or taught in the past. And so I'm looking forward to this. This is a really useful class. I think it has a lot of pertinent information that we can take and glean and use in our everyday life, as well as a lot of applications where, you think personal finance, you might start thinking a little bit about business department. And, that's where I have taught mostly, the finance courses there, but it extends and goes beyond so much more than that. And so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and share and kind of upload our course in Canvas for us. So you'll see, and actually the university's done a good job with Mr. Robarts, he's in charge of our online program, of kind of retouching these Canvas classes, the builds we have here. So you'll see when you log in what that looks like. And I should have everything up that we'll need for the next 8 weeks. And so the first place usually to begin is just you're going to be able to see these modules, and I probably should show you student view here. So you'll be able to see that we're going to be working through a lot of different modules, okay, through the course of this class. Some are longer, some are shorter, but with an 8-week class, we're going to have to usually do more than one per week. Now, since this is week 1, we'll only have one due this week. I think there's a lot of kind of cool, unique opportunities that we have, even though I know this is an online class, to do some things that are kind of go above and beyond what you would normally have in an online class. So you can see we will have discussions. Obviously, we will have assignments. We will have quizzes, and those are going to make up the brunt of this course. But I also would like to try to meet with you via Zoom a few times. Remember, this is only 8 weeks, right? So I would like to meet with you via Zoom a few times. I'll put the announcements out kind of when we will meet. Our first meeting, for those of you that can make it, is going to be next Friday, which is going to be the 26th at 11 a.m. It probably only lasts for about 20 or 25 minutes. It is not required, but it is encouraged because with that, we're going to probably go through some things in this course. Obviously, I'm not going to do too much presenting in PowerPoint or lecturing, because I think you guys can get most of that from thumbing through our slide decks here in our different modules. So if you see here, we'll have module lesson 1. I do make these a little more interactive than others. And so, like here, this one is wanting kind of me to introduce myself. And so here's a picture of my family. We live in Hannibal, no surprise. My family's grown quite a bit from this, so apologize for being dated. But why do I teach? Well, I actually grew up really interested in several aspects relating to personal finance. Always kind of been drawn to it. And I think the first time that ever happened, I was um, looking at the newspaper with my dad back in the day, like old school, like real newspapers. And once a week, they'd have the stocks in the back of the newspaper, and you'd have to thumb through them. And I remember always looking for the stocks that my dad had and highlighting them for him and just enjoying that process. So anyway, all that being said, I went to college, education degree, taught high school, and while I was teaching, had an opportunity to teach a personal finance class here in Missouri. That's a requirement. Really enjoyed it. I loved it. Loved it so much that I ended up wanting to pursue a PhD so I could keep teaching it, maybe at the college level. And so I got an online program at Kansas State. I started in 2014 in. Took me a long time, but in 2020, I finally did finish my dissertation and graduate with my PhD in personal financial planning. I've got the hardware to prove it over here in my office. So, that being said, I've loved teaching it. I really enjoy, even though I've only been doing it for a couple of weeks, actually doing some financial advising with clients. And I look forward to continuing to teach it here with you guys online. So yeah, I'm excited to get to know you guys as well. Just remember that it's not about me giving you all the information. It's about us, having conversations. You at times, digging and going through a process of trying to figure things out on your own. Um, and I always ask this question, but like, how do you know what best practice there is really to make with your money? Like, how do you know if you're making a good decision with your money or not? And I think this question sums it up. What's an example of good personal financial behavior? So you could ask a lot of these different things. How do you know that? Is kind of the answer, like, going to be the question though, right? So like, for instance, you might say, I think it's best not to have a credit card. And my question to you would be like, how do you know that? It might be the case, might be the case for you, might not be the case for everybody. It might be the case for everybody. But how do you know that? How do you know that? And so I've been fortunate enough in my times as a student, a PhD student, to learn that there is a whole literature out there helping us discover kind of what's best personal financial behavior. And so I'm going to dive more into that as we get going. I wanted to show you a little bit of, my family and who I am from that lecture. But as you can see, these PowerPoints are a little different, right, than what you're used to. It's going to be less on the heavy lifting information side and more of an approach to things through hopefully some relational stuff. So that being said, you can message me or email me if you're not going to make it next Friday. That'll be the week, basically week one. So you'll probably watch this on Monday or Tuesday, hopefully, of week one of school. So Friday the 26th, 11 a.m. I know you guys don't normally have classes at that time, so I'm thinking you might be available. Furthermore, one thing, and I know this is looking quite a bit into the future, I do want to possibly do lunch there at the college, maybe before our midterm, before our final. That way, if you guys have any questions, you could come find me during the lunchtime, sit down, ask questions, as we eat lunch. So I will try to put that on the calendar as well. So that being said, if you go to our announcements, a good place to start will be the welcome page. I'm going to tell you more about myself on there. You can read that, but also on the timelines and modules, and you can see how our timelines will line up. I like to think that you guys will start work on Mondays, and then you will finish your work due Sunday nights of every week. And so August 28th, module 1 is going to be due, all of the things within it. And all of those due dates and timelines should make sense, right? So you'll go to module 1, you'll look through the PowerPoints, you'll participate in our discussion, our assignment, and our quiz. So that is all I need really to go over with you. Looking forward to this semester as well. Um, I have received, and this is something our online program is going to be doing this year. I've received all of your cell phone numbers, and I'm supposed to call or text you just to check in as the semester begins because we want to be, as a department, even though we're distance, doing the digital thing, we want to be relational with you and get to know you. And to be honest with you guys, the best way that I'll communicate with you is via text message. I will only check my HLG email probably once a day. I don't mind it when students text me. So, I will probably hopefully begin that, texting conversation with you Monday or Tuesday of next week. And if you want to um, ask questions as we move forward, don't hesitate to text me. And if it's really serious question, you could call me if I'm available. All right, y'all, have a good one, and we will be seeing you hopefully on Friday.